Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Chris Chavez here with Android.com. It is Wednesday, January 23rd, and we are here with another episode of the Android Overload. This is a brief little video we like to do every night where we cover the top Android news stories from throughout the day. So without wasting any time, let's just jump straight to it. Alright, so T-Mobile's been making some headlines today. They actually teased on their Facebook page that they plan to cover more than 200 million Americans with 4G LTE by the end of 2013. So if you guys are on T-Mobile, you know that they haven't really made the jump to LTE quite yet. I mean, their 4G network has been more than adequate. In some places you get 42 megabits, or it's capable of theoretic speeds of 42 megabits down, which is more than quick enough, and they've actually been doing a really great job of refarming their 2G Edge network to 4G. So you can actually get a super low plan on T-Mobile and bring AT&T phone like this little guy here. That's actually what I'm doing. And you can put your T-Mobile SIM inside an AT&T phone, unlocked one, and it'll work fine on T-Mobile's 4G. So that is super awesome. It just like expands the range of devices, and I don't know, it just makes T-Mobile, it's just giving them a name for themselves, and it's making them out to be a huge competitor moving forward into 2013 and beyond. So we'll see what happens there. So I'm sure all you guys are more than familiar with Siri. This is the iPhone's one killer feature that allows you to, you know, naturally talk into your phone and ask it questions, and Siri will answer back with search results and all kinds of stuff, and sometimes she'll even get a little witty with you. Well, apparently this was actually supposed to be an Android feature. Verizon was actually talking with the developers of Siri before it was actually snatched up by Apple. They were actually planning on making this one of the killer features for the Droid line. So you guys remember way back in the day when the Droid 1 first came out, they were talking about Droid does this and this and that. They actually had commercial spots already planned up where they were going to show how awesome Siri was on the Droid. And it just, Apple moved in quick. I guess the CEO of the Siri company, the guys that do Siri, had a talk with Steve Jobs, a little meeting, and the next thing you know, the rest is history. So that's kind of an interesting little bit of news there. So there's a little more talk today on the Samsung Galaxy S4. We know that it's probably going to be announced sometime very soon in the springtime, and apparently Digitimes, they have it on good authority that the phone will have a 1080p HD, full HD display, giving it a 440 ppi. That's a pixel density, or pixels per inch. This means the Galaxy S4 will have a higher ppi than even the iPhone 5, which has a 326 ppi. But 440 is like that realm that HTC has already achieved with the HTC Droid DNA, so Samsung's kind of playing catch up there. They kind of did it last year too. HTC tends to beat everyone to the punch, so it'll be interesting to see what other features and stuff they can pack into the Galaxy S4, and maybe what HTC will bring with the HTC M7. Speaking of the M7, it's being rumored that the HTC M7, which is their next flagship device, we've been talking about this for the past couple of days now, but they're saying that it could be announced or unveiled officially a week before Mobile World Congress. So Mobile World Congress is a huge little convention type thing that they have over in Europe where everyone shows off all their new mobile phones, and it's just all about mobile. We're actually going to be there, me, myself, and Edgar, Kevin, and myself again. We're going to be on hand. It's going to be taking place in Spain in just a few more weeks, end of February. So I guess HTC is not going to be wasting any time waiting for everyone else to make their phone announcements, and they're just going to try to beat everyone to the punch and announce the HTC M7 ahead of time. So the biggest bit of news tonight is that Google could be working on their own wireless network, similar to like AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon. The Wall Street Journal actually found some FCC documents showing that Google is actually using Spectrum, or they're planning on using Spectrum that's going to shoot down onto the Googleplex, their Mountain View headquarters, and cover about a 2-mile radius with LTE. And it's using the same frequencies as Clearwire, so Google might be getting a little cozy with Clearwire, who Dish has actually been in talks with purchasing, which makes a lot of sense because Google was once talking with Dish about making a wireless network. So it all makes a lot of sense, and you know, it's been rumored for I don't know how long now, and it's more or less just been, I guess, Android fanboys' just dream that Google would come and rescue us from the shackles of Verizon and AT&T and all that, and bring about super low price, super fast, high speed internet and calling. So it makes a lot of sense, and apparently it's going to be tested on over 200 handsets that are going to be given to Google employees. So it's actually all becoming a little more real. So we'll have to wait and see, of course, like always, whether or not this will pan out. So that concludes this evening for Wednesday, January 23rd on the Android Overload. For links to all the stories I talked about here in this video, you can check the little bottom description area. Don't forget to check out Android Overload for a ton of other stories that didn't make it onto Fandroid's front page today. As always, make sure to subscribe. I'll put something around here so you guys can subscribe. With that, I'm Chris Chavez with Fandroid.com. See you next time.